if you live in anywhere like North, South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota, today you got a slight risk of severe weather. We're going to be talking about it and breaking down the details in this video. Alright everyone, so we can see we have slight risk of severe weather in North, South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota. We can see we got a marginal risk in Kansas. We can see Oklahoma, Colorado. We can see also on here for today also. So we're going to pull up our tornado risk for today. Our tornado risk for today, we can see we got a 5% chance at 5% tornado risk for a 5% tornado risk for today for North and South Dakota. We can see a little North Dakota, but we got 2% tornado risk for little North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota. We can see also. Alright, so let me just pull up our wind risk for today. This is our wind risk for today, everyone. We can see we got 15% wind risk for South Dakota, North Dakota, a little of North Dakota and Minnesota. We can see then we got 5% wind risk for Oklahoma, Texas, Colorado, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. We can see on here. Then we got our that's our hail risk from yesterday. And this is our hail risk from today. We can see we got another 15% hail risk for North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. With a significant run risk, this means we have larger hail potentially. We can see we got a 5% hail risk for Minnesota, Iowa, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, North and South Dakota. You can see also on here. So let's move on to tomorrow's severe weather risk now. Alright everyone, so this is our severe weather risk for tomorrow. We can see we got slight risk in Montana, South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota, a little of Iowa, margin risk of Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Montana, and North Dakota we can see for tomorrow. So alright, we got tornado risk for tomorrow. We can see we got 2% tornado risk for Wyoming, South Dakota, and Nebraska. We can see also on here. Alright, time to look at our wind risk for tomorrow. This is what our wind risk looks like for tomorrow, everyone. We can see looks like we got a 15% wind risk for South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming tomorrow, and Minnesota. Then we got a 5% wind risk we can see for Nebraska, a little Kansas, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Wyoming, and Montana we can see also. Then time to move on to our hail risk for tomorrow. Alright, just give me a second. Here we go. So this is our day 2 hail risk. We can see we got a significant wind risk potential for large hail in Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota, and Nebraska tomorrow. And we got 15% hail risk in Minnesota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. Then we got 5% hail risk for Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, and Montana. So let's look at our day severe weather risk now, guys. Alright, everyone, so we can see our severe weather risk for Friday here. We got a slight risk of severe weather in Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. We can see also on here too, guys. We can see. Then we got a marginal risk in Illinois, Kansas, Missouri. We can see also Michigan on here. We can see also on here Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota. We can see in Minnesota also. You see. Then let's and this is what our total severity looks like. We can see we got 15% severity risk in Iowa, Nebraska. We can see. Then we got a 5% in Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Nebraska. We can see. Then we have a day 4. All right, so this is our severe weather probability outlook for Saturday. We can see we got 15% severe weather probability outlook for Montana, North Dakota. We can see also a little up. So it's 15% 15% we can see on here. So yeah, let's move on to our radar projections for today. Alright everyone, so we can see this is Wednesday, June 3rd at 5 p.m., but it's just 5 p.m. we can see, but it's actually 4 p.m. actually. So because it's Central Time, we can have storms in Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, South Dakota, North Dakota. We can see even Colorado and New Mexico. We can see in Texas and Louisiana. We can see on here too. Alright, then 5 p.m. we can see our first line of storms really start forming in South Dakota, Kansas. We can see Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana. We can see storms Colorado, New Mexico. We can see some rain maybe scattered in Minnesota. We can see. Then we can see 6 p.m. comes along. We can see we got a line of storms trying to form in South Dakota. Storms in North Dakota. We can see Colorado, Texas, Louisiana. We can see on here too. New Mexico, Colorado. We can see also too. So yeah. Then it looks like at 7 p.m. we got a large storm trying to form in South Dakota. We can see North Dakota we got storms. Kansas we're trying to see some storms in Oklahoma. Texas, we can see Louisiana, New Mexico, Colorado, 2 on here. Rain in Minnesota, 2 also on here. Then 8 p.m. comes along, we can see storms in South Dakota, storms in Minnesota, see North Dakota, South Dakota, rain in Kansas, Oklahoma, rain in Colorado, Nebraska, rain in storms in New Mexico, looks like Texas, Louisiana, we can see on here too. Then 9 p.m. comes along, we have a line of storms in Nebraska, South Dakota, Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, New Mexico too. On here, also then we can see a storm in Minnesota too. And we can see our line of storms at 10 p.m. going across Nebraska, a little in Iowa, Minnesota too. Rain in Oklahoma, we have potential storm on here. Storm in New Mexico, Colorado, storm in Minnesota too, we can see. Then we can see at 11 p.m. tonight, we got storms in Nebraska, Iowa, we can see on here. Storms in Texas, we can see New Mexico. You can see it looks like a pop-up rain shower in Louisiana. Storm in Minnesota, we can see. At midnight, we can have a storm in Nebraska, Iowa. We see then a storm in Texas. Then a storm in New Mexico, we can see. Then maybe a pop-up storm in Oklahoma, we can see also on here. And by 1 in the morning, looks like our storms start to weaken a bit. We can see in Nebraska, Iowa, Texas. Looks like on here, New Mexico, we can see also on here. Looks like we just got rain in Louisiana too on here. Then by 2 in the morning, we still have some storms in Texas, but they're starting to weaken in Nebraska too. We can see, and some rain in Minnesota too on here. Also in Louisiana, you can see. Alright, then by 3 o'clock in the morning, most of our storms have went down a lot we can see on here. In Nebraska, Iowa, Oklahoma, Texas, we can see in New Mexico. Alright, so this is our radar projections for tomorrow we're going to be looking at now, guys. So, looks like we got 4 p.m. on here for tomorrow, we can see. Got some storms in Kansas, Oklahoma, trying to form. You can see in Montana, in Wyoming, we can see some pop-up storms too on here. Also, guys, we can see on here. So we got some rain in Colorado, trying to pop up in Texas too. You can see in Oklahoma. Then we can see 5 p.m. we got some heavier storms in Kansas. We can see Nebraska, we're starting to get storms. South Dakota, Montana, looks like Iowa, Texas, Oklahoma. We can see New Mexico on here. Louisiana, looks like we got some rain down there. Also, storms at Iowa we can see popping up too for tomorrow. But this can change a bit because this is still a day out from now. So we can have some storms trying to pop up in Minnesota. We can see. Then we can see by 6 p.m. our storms we got in South Dakota, Nebraska. We can see Iowa, Wyoming, Montana, Oklahoma. We can see Texas. We can see Louisiana too on here too, guys. So yeah. Then we can see 7 p.m. we got storms in South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas too, Oklahoma. We can see. Rain in Louisiana, we can see also on here. Maybe some storms in Montana, we can see. Then we got 8 p.m. We can see a line of storms trying to form in South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas. We can see Colorado, Texas, rain in Oklahoma, Louisiana. We can see, and maybe a storm trying to pop up in Texas. We can see also. Then 9 p.m. we can have some storms in South Dakota and Nebraska. You can see out here storms in Iowa, storms in Kansas, storm in Montana. Then we can see we still have some heavier storms in Kansas, but by looks like some storms could go overnight. We can see out here also. By like 3 in the morning, we can see our storms are starting to go down a lot. We can see in Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa. We can see mostly just rain. You can see maybe some storms in some places, but let's look at our temperatures coming up because it's going to get pretty humid outside soon. So let's look at that. Alright, so we're going to be looking at our dew points. This is our dew points today. We can see in Kansas, Nebraska, our dew points are starting to get higher. We can see Texas with dew points in the 70s. We can see in Louisiana we have dew points in the 70s. But we can see also over here to our east area, we can see like the Ohio, PA, Indiana. We can see we're dew points in the 40s today, but this is going to change eventually. Verdes we can see in PA dew points West Virginia, we got dew points in the 50s. We can see, but we're gonna see this huge change and start coming in. We can see the humid air starts to move in more. By you can see by Thursday night, we can see our humid air starting to move in more. Thursday evening, you can see by looks like Thursday at 6 p.m. we have dew points in Iowa and near 70-degree dew points. We can see Wisconsin, we have dew points in the 60s. We can see Oklahoma, dew points in the 60s. Texas, we have dew points in the mid 70s. In Louisiana too on here. All right, so and we can see it starts getting pretty humid over here in Ohio and everywhere else. By Saturday, we can see. Look at this, guys. We have dew points in the mid 60s. We can see by the weekend mid 67, 68-degree dew points. We can see Illinois. We have dew points in the 70s. In Oklahoma, we have dew points in the 70s to mid 70s. See Texas, we have dew points in 76. Louisiana, dew points near even 80. We can see it's really going to be humid this weekend. We can be seeing Illinois, we have dew points in the 70s. In Indiana, in the 60s too. Then we can see Sundays, we're really going to be humid. We can see on here for this area over here. We can see got dew points in looks like Louisiana near 77, dew points near 80 in part of Texas. We can see Illinois dew points in the 70s. We can see also on here. Then Ohio, we have dew points in the 60s too. Also. So yeah, guys, let's look at our temperatures real quick. Also, we can see this is Thursday. We're at 11 a.m. We can see we're in the 70s in PA, 80s in Maryland. We can see on here. Then we can see looks like Thursday is gonna be pretty warm. We can see we have 90s in Iowa. We can see Ohio, we're in the 80s. North Carolina, we're in the 90s too. In Virginia. You can see in Oklahoma, we're in the 90s. Texas, we're in the 90s. We can see Minnesota, we're in the 80s too. Also on here. Alright, then we can see the weekend comes. We can see Saturday is really going to be warm. We're going to be talking about a lot of places. We can see 90s potentially in North Carolina. We can see mid-90s in Virginia too. New Jersey, we're in mid-90s too. Maryland, we're in the mid-90s. We can see Illinois, we're in the 90s in some spots. This could be changed a little bit before Saturday. We can see, but we're going to be talking about a lot of warm air. And looks about average for this time of year, everyone. But a lot of the areas, but we can see we're gonna be above average in New Jersey. We're at 17 degrees above average. We can see PA with 15 degrees. Ohio, we're 3 degrees. In Minnesota, we're about 14 degrees above average. In North Carolina, we're about 10 degrees above average. You can see on here. Then we can see Sunday, we're going to be warm too, potentially, we can see on here. So this could change a bit looking at this. So yeah, 97, 95, Virginia, North Carolina. We see PA 86, New Jersey, we're in the 80s. We can see Arkansas, we're in the 80s. Florida, we're in the 90s, of course. So Minnesota, we're in the 80s too. You can see on here too, guys. So yeah, pretty much for that, like, it's showing you guys briefly what's gonna happen soon. Like it's gonna get really humid this weekend. It's gonna say Friday, Saturday, we're gonna get humid in like Ohio. Like enjoy the nice comfortable air when you live in the Great Lakes right now, because that is the dew points are drier, but it's gonna be humid this weekend. So yeah, it's gonna change, everyone. It's gonna get hot outside. It's a lot of places this weekend. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new in this video. Make sure to subscribe to the notification bell. You never miss a video like this, guys. Okay, guys, I see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.